Hi, I'm Peter Rose, founder of Longwood Currency Trading. Can you make money trading Forex? Can you be successful doing that? Sure. Not only does the math support it, if you know how to create a model, but in practical application, we see many people that are successful. The question is, can you be successful? The issue here is, what education are you consuming? You certainly are not going to learn this on your own, any more so than you learn how to be an Olympic swimmer on your own, or championship golf or chess or cooking or anything. You need the education of one form or another. Either you can get formal education with books and courses and stuff, or you can have a mentor, or you can combine the two. From my standpoint, if I'm going to work with somebody, it's going to be me working with them through video conferencing or in person, along with the printed course material. That's just the educational process, and that's why I'm probably more expensive than most of the other guys out there that are selling $500, $1,500, $2,000 courses. They're just giving you a PDF file or an online course, and you connect the dots, and you're supposed to be able to figure it out on your own. Okay, well, jump in the pool and try to swim with the Olympic athletes and tell me how that goes for you. And I understand not everybody has the money to afford to learn how to trade. My question is, can you afford to think that way? I mean, I can't help you if you're just trying to pay your light bill, unless you're 50 or 60 years or older and you're either retired or disabled for some reason. You've got a little bit of savings, but you're going to run out fairly quickly because life just didn't give you the opportunity to plan and lay enough money away to do things. Paying that light bill would be really important, and I can work with you on that. And in that respect, the costs validate that, because if you could pay your light bill every year from that training, then the cost of that course and the consulting amortized over the next 10 or 20 years of your life, quintuples the value of that training. But if you're trying to replace your job income and you're in that 21 to 34 year age group, and you're looking at currencies to do that, you can do it far better than you could in stocks or futures, or God forbid you even think about crypto, because that makes no sense at all. You have to look at real things. And the guys that got into crypto early, yeah, they made gazillions of dollars, and you're not in there early and you're not going to make gazillions of dollars. It's ludicrous for you to even consider that. All the people that were scamming in the Forex market have shifted over to scamming for crypto because it's easier, because of the tremendous number of people that got really rich as the crypto market took off. Well, it took off because everybody started buying it. There's no intrinsic value in crypto, but it's prime for for fakers to try to fade you out of your money, to learn how to trade something that shouldn't be traded. If you go to my website, longwoodcurrencytrading.com, to the currency trading tab, to the page, you'll see that I've listed 7 reasons why I think the currency market is the best vehicle that we can use, regardless of our financial situation or our age, that the Forex market fills all those needs. And I'm not going to go through why the gap limit problems on the futures market, or problems with the stock market and the leverage you can gain from that, or even in real estate, which I invested in real estate for 40 years and retired a millionaire. I wouldn't buy real estate again, or investment real estate, on a bet. And all these guys, you see all these guys in Forex, in crypto, are diversifying their assets into real estate and all this other stuff. Why? If you're making so much money in Forex, why are you diversifying your money? Why don't you continue to trade? You think you could trade too big? You think because you made 10 $1 million. I've seen several people out there that claim that they've made $10-15 million trading currencies. You think that's a lot of money? That's just shit dust in the currency market, pal. You could go in all out on a $10 million thing and not jack the market that bad. The retail market is only 5% of the $6.7 trillion currency market. These guys are pushing around billions of dollars in single trades. They are diversifying because they traded at 200 to 1 or 500 to 1, and they lost all their money, and they finally got it right, got a six-figure account, and came up with the ridiculous guidelines. You don't risk more than 5% of your money in your account on any given trade, and don't trade on Tuesdays, and blah, 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 and all these rules. That they broke those rules when they were making their money. But now, because they don't know how to trade, they're telling you what to do that they're doing, which is protecting their money. Sure, they may be trading $30,000 or $50,000. It's a small percentage of their overall bank, and they could lose that 50 grand and lose that 50 grand 2 or 3 times, and then when they finally get it right at 500 to 1 on a 50 or 100 or 200 grand pump in, to make that money back and 3 times more. I mean, we do the same thing in our trading. If you're trading a $30,000 account, you know, if you know what you're doing, you're using that money. You're not trading 3 mini lots on a 3 full lot capable bank. If you have a bank, you trade it. That's how you make money. You trade the money that you have. You don't trade parts of it. But when you're learning, even if you had $30,000 or $50,000 to put into it, you shouldn't, because you're probably going to lose that. So there's processes. Look, I've got a degree in physics. I was a software engineer for 33 years. I think I know what process is and how the educational process is. I've taught karate for over 50 years, where people's lives are at stake. I've got students that have been with me for 40 years. So it's understanding, from your standpoint as a consumer, first of all, what is education? What is good education? And then you look at what some of these people are talking about, and you should go, well, that doesn't make any sense. You're doing Fibonacci analysis? What the fuck does that have to do with currency price action or any kind of financial work? You won't be able to overcome the trading obstacles that are there for any vehicle that you determine you want to trade, let alone currencies, if you're constantly changing your systems and making shit up as you go, or using indicators or fibs or all this other stuff that you see hawked at you, robots and AI and all that other stuff. Are you going to turn, yeah, sure, take your $2,000 mini account and turn that over to an AI and it'll do fine for you, and until it breaks and you lose 2 grand and you work 60 grand a year in the job, so you refund your account with 2 grand and you go on. Okay, see, it works. But try doing that same shit, or turning that stuff over, your account over to an AI or a robot or somebody's system, Golden Cross, London Open, engulfing candle pattern, Bollinger Band crap, RSI. With $100,000 of your money on the line, and see what happens. You have to learn how to trade. You don't have to learn how to trade currencies. You have to learn how to trade. When I teach somebody, because I trade currencies, I use currencies as the vehicle to learn how to trade. But we're not trading currencies. We're learning how to trade. And most people don't get that, and I talk to them, they go, I'm not going to pay you that much money to do that. That just sounds too stupidly simple. It is. And that's the problem, is that you try to complicate things because you think that a complex system needs a complex solution. I was a software engineer for 33 years. I know the difference between a complex solution and a simple solution. I know the difference, more importantly, between a complex system and a simple system. And in software engineering, we had what's called the Software Development Lifecycle, SDLC. It's a process of looking at a very complex system, breaking that down into correlated small pieces, small problems, solving the problem of that piece, going to the next problem and solving that piece, hooking those pieces together so that they act sequentially rather than random permutation matrix crap that you run into that most people are doing. They don't understand what a matrix is or permutation. And you just get so lost in the woods, you can never going to find your way out. So when I tell somebody something simple, they don't believe it. And but that's okay, because I'm retired. I don't really want to work with more than a few people at a time, because I'm working with them. I'm not just throwing them a PDF file and saying, good luck, thanks for your money. I have to work to earn that money. And my expectation is that person has to work at that in a concentrated manner. And I've had people train with me that they got all kinds of excuses. Of work got in the way, and I got to do this, and I got to do that, so they don't communicate with me for a week or a week and a half. I'm done. I'm done. You paid money, but I'm done. You want your money back? Good, you can have your money back, but I'm not going to have you. I'm not going to work with you, because you're really not wanting to replace your job income. You're just dicking around with this stuff as a hobby. They'll pay your light bill. I don't have time for that. And quite frankly, it's not worth the amount of money that you would have to spend to learn this stuff if that's all you're going to do is treat it as a hobby. If you're trying to substantially enhance your job income or replace it, there's some serious work that you need to do. It's simple, and the steps are sequential, and you should be able to learn this stuff very quickly. And the expectation is that you start then trading and learning how to trade so that you can then morph that education into trading the currency market, and then gradually working on the 5 steps of where we're going in the coursework to get you to the point where everything is a methodology and a process as opposed to a system that will break, and then you have to have another system, or you have to figure out how to change that system. A methodology you don't have to change, because it provides the fluidity of thought process in real time to manage positions correctly without changing the underlying mechanics of what you're doing, of the methodology. The last thing you want to do is try to make something up in real time. So if you're having problems with your trading and you think it's complicated and you're using indicators and all that stuff, send me an email and I'll point you in a direction as to maybe some simpler methodology that you can use. Most of the folks that write me, and they're looking for all this advice and mentoring and stuff, and I see in their email stuff that they're doing that doesn't make sense, and I write them back, and I never hear from them again. Oh, thanks for sending me back a response, Peter. But I don't hear anything back from them. All right, well, look, anyway, regardless of all that, this is how you do it stuff. You're going to learn it from a book. Can you learn it? Yes, you can. But you need to find somebody that you can interact with, because you're going to have questions. How do you ask a question to a book? How do you read a book and have a question about something that went in the past, and you're trying to figure out where in that book they talked about that? Is the material in the book presented sequentially so that you don't get lost off the path learning other stuff? These are all things that you need to consider. If you're getting frustrated with the learning process that you're having, just cool down, just step back from it. Look at the market as the currency market. What is it? What makes it work? And what's the problem that you need to solve? You know, the currency market is the most complex market that's out there. Do you need to solve the problem of the currency market? No, you don't. That's the wrong problem. That's where I failed when I first had my first large account. You know, I put $45,000 into the account. This is after years of reading about it and doing analysis, and I had two mini accounts that I blew out of, and so I took 4 more years of education, quote, and very quickly lost $40,000 of that 45,000. And I went, whoa, wait a minute. I thought I was getting the straight scoop from the education out there. I came out of 40 years of real estate investment. When I was starting out in real estate, if I had a question about what to do, the answer that I got was a straight scoop, because I was getting it from somebody who knew what they were doing and could convey that information. It wasn't trying to fade me. And it worked, and I retired a millionaire because of my real estate. So why would I think that people were trying to fade me when I started trying to learn currencies? I didn't, until I lost all that money. I thought, wait, I'm a pretty smart guy. What happened here? How come I lost all my money? How come I'm part of the 90%? I said, well, it must be the education. Oh, okay, well, let's throw all that out and start over again. Here's this really complex market. My software engineering background said, well, don't try to solve that. First, figure out what's the problem you need to solve. Take that problem, break that down into small pieces, and mimic the software development lifecycle, which I did. And if you've watched other videos of mine, I call that the life cycle of a currency position, because that's what we're trying to do. You're trying to enter a trade and make money, right? So you have entry analysis, position management, and exit methodology. You have 3 problems in the life cycle of a currency position. And they're sequential. They're not matrix. I don't have 21 different permutations to put those 3 problems into. That's a permutation. If you have 3 objects, I can put them into 21 different permutations. If I had 2 objects, there's 4 permutations. Object A, object B, I've been through this before. I can have permutation A, permutation B, permutation AB, and permutation BA. So I've got 4 permutations on 2 conditions. If I have 3 conditions, I have now 21 permutations. God forbid I should have 5 conditions that I'm trying to look at that are non-sequential. There's 325 different permutations that you put that shit into. So the life cycle of a currency position solves that by making sure that not only are the problems in sequential order, but the rules to solve the problems are in sequential order, and the conditions within the rules are in sequential order. There's no permutation barfing. So that's what you need to do, is just step back from the thing and figure out what problem it is you're trying to solve. Now, you're pretty smart. You're watching this video. The dumb ones, they dropped out at the 30-second point. If I look at my analytics, I dropped to 30% viewership within 30 seconds to a minute and a half of my video, because they're not being entertained. They're not being shown the magic duck to solve their problem. So you're not stupid. If you step back from things and you look and find out what's the real problem that you need to solve, maybe you, with all the crap that you've looked at, maybe you'll be able to come up with a solution to that. But again, it's you have to bear in mind that you can't just solve that particular problem. You have to understand the currency market itself, and you have to understand above that the process of trading itself. So it becomes trading, and then the currency market. What problem in the currency market do I need to solve? And then you decompose that problem into sub-problems that are sequentially oriented and easier to solve with rules. That's what you need to do. It's simple. Are most people going to be able to do that on their own? No. I've got a bachelor's degree in physics, almost a minor in math, 40 years in real estate investment. I've been looking at the financial markets in general since the mid-1970s. This is mid-July of 2024. I've traded stock options for 4 years. written simulations against options, figured out why those shouldn't be traded and why I lost money in that. I stumbled into the currency markets in 2007 and looked at them as a academic exercise because I was still working and still having my real estate investments, but I thought the currency market was interesting. I didn't start trading the currency market until I was in my 60s. I think it was 2012, I think, that I opened a couple of mini accounts and wasn't successful with that, like I said. So I did more education for 4 years. I've got some water that's passed under my keel. That's all I got to say. So I can look objectively in a manner that 99.9% of you are not going to be able to look at. So why don't you use my expertise? I'm more than willing to help you out on individual little issues for no charge. You just send me an email, and if you want to get together and chat on a video call, I'm happy to do that for you. But once you start asking, well, how do you trade, and why don't you do this and all that other stuff, you need help. You need somebody to help you. Now, I might be more expensive than you want to go with, but at least find somebody that knows what the hell they're doing. And it's not important how much money they've made. What's important is that they understand how to trade and that they know how to communicate that to you. There's a ton of people out there that have made millions of dollars trading currencies, but they don't know how to educate. They don't know how to teach somebody. I mean, maybe you're really good at your job. Does that mean you could teach it? You could walk somebody through it, but something like as complex of a topic as trading in general, and particularly the complexity of the currency market, man, you got to know how to educate. I've been in the martial arts for 55 years, as I said, and I've been teaching karate to people for that long. I know how to educate. So I know why the educational system in the currency market tends to break down. If you recognize that, then you won't consume that gibberish. But if you need help searching and figuring out through things, that's where you need somebody that will do some mentoring for you, or a course that's sequentially organized so that the thought process, you can follow it from from chapter to chapter, so it makes sense as things go together. It's that kind of thing that you need to do. If you can get exposed to the right education, then trading is really simple. It really is. I mean, you just got to purge your mind of all the crap that's out there, and just sit back and have a good time. Well, my son is on his way over to put an air conditioner in for him. Up here on our little mountain in the Lakes region in New Hampshire, we haven't had an air conditioner because we have cooler weather. We're about 8 degrees cooler than even down off the mountain below us. But it's just been brutally hot, and one of my fans died last night. And he goes, "Dad, I'll be up, put an air conditioner in the window so Sue can go to sleep at night." So that's what I got to do today. And so until I'm off to get a new air conditioner. Peter Rose, Longwood Currency Trading. Have a great day and have a great trading day.